Vigilante Wizard here on another episode of the Primetime Kangs. The Kangs is here. Joined as usual by 24/7 Fusion Media and Baron Orman Tag. How you guys doing?
Oh man,
I'm doing fantastic.
yeah, doing good, man. Great to be here with y'all, and it's great to be here with the chat. Shit,
same here. You know, I should probably tweet this out, which I'm terrible at.
Oh no, man. Yeah. If you guys can cover me on the tweet part,
well, I got mine out.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man.
I'm a twit, so I twit.
Huh. Luke the Kook, what's going on, my brother? Great to have you here, man.
WASDFM.
Yeah. Luke is awesome, man. Lord Thoth, what's going on, my man? Shit. You know, hell, we starting off with one, but then we'll definitely get some people here, rolling in here in a little bit, man. So that's normally how it always is. Yeah, it's always one or two when it starts, and then shit, by the time before you know it, it'll be a nice crowd, man. So sometimes Sunday, people are doing different things, and it is what it is, man. But
there's nothing better to do on a Sunday. Come on here. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. Shit.
Yeah, the games, most of the football games are they had the Sunday night game, but the day games are pretty much done.
Yeah.
Come on, check us out.
That's right, man.
My
shit, what the fuck y'all waiting for? Hit the button.
Yeah.
Go up and shit. Yeah, look at that. 4. Look at that. It went from 1 to 4. Yeah. That's what's up. What's up, Lord Thoth, my man?
That's the power of Vigilante Williamson right there.
Yeah. Shit.
Which was 50, but unfortunately we only get 4. But hey, appreciate you people. You fine people. Fine.
Yeah, people. Man.
We're all
we were before we started, we were just catching up real quick, and we started off trying to see what was going on with this new show. And actually is not new, but it's
nothing new about it.
Yeah, it's basically I don't know what the fuck you call it, man. I don't even know what they call it nowadays, and some shit like that, because it's only one episode. So it's one episode live broadcast.
And I just brought it up on the screen. And I don't know what the hell is this.
Yeah, and this is
yeah. So I guess this is actually the show is live in front of a studio audience, right? And what they do is they just do a 1 episode remake of a classic show using a bunch of really C-list celebrities and 1 or 2 A-listers if they can get them.
Right.
Because like Jennifer Aniston and Gabrielle Union, they were like A-listers, back in the day, but they're not anymore. It's just the reality. Catherine Hahn, all of these people will be in these shows. Now they have a Facts of Life coming up, Different Strokes coming up. I don't think any original actors are returning, and I may be wrong on that, but I don't.
No, actually, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
For Different Strokes, there's only one person left now.
Yeah, and he's definitely not there. So, matter of fact, I was gonna say if you look at who they have casting for Different Strokes, it's like holy shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Baron.
Oh, I was gonna sit back and say the guy that's living now. I got a middle block on his name, but no, Willis.
Todd Bridges.
Todd Bridges.
He was the one I was going to say was going to be the first one to go, and he's the last one around.
Yeah. Dana Plato, obviously Mr. Drummond passed, and then Gary Coleman passed 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, I thought it was Gary Coleman. I thought it was a lot. I thought it was like between the last.
It could have been more
7.
Recent.
Yeah, anywhere between 7 to 10 years, and even his death was it's fucking tragic, bro.
Yeah,
he was like he was murdered, bro.
He was.
What happened with his death?
No, all right, look. He was married. He was married to this chick. Him and the chick gets into an argument. She pushes him. He fucking hits his head on the corner of a fucking table, and boom, it was a wrap. Yeah, the corner.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So and this I don't know,
Didn't
man.
he go down a flight of stairs too at one time?
Yeah, I'm not
That
sure.
what happened?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not sure about that. I just
Yeah.
know. I mean, you might be right, but I just know about what happened to him that to make him pass, and I
And
just
then
thought that
she
was
was
pretty
taking-
fucked up, man.
And
Yeah,
she's
you-
taking selfies with herself and him laying there virtually in a coma and releasing them out there. You know, it's like, hey, look at me and my hubby. No.
Yeah, it was 2010. It was 2010.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I thought it
wow.
was sooner than that, but all right,
Quote unquote accidental fall. This is wild, man.
bullshit.
Accidental.
Shit, man. That's fucked up. That's I for some reason I didn't remember how he died. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it was
Man,
brain
that's messed
aneurysm.
up. It was
Brain aneurysm. But it was in relation to a hit to the noggin, and there was a lot of questions about what
Right.
she did.
Shit, that boy Lord Thought says hell to the panel, and Pat S
Hell,
says you need to check out the Reacher trailer for Amazon. Now that is Jack Reacher's book-looking guy. Okay, Pat S even says even Mrs. Garrett from Different Strokes passed. She was old. Yeah. Shit. I mean, you ever seen Mrs. Garrett when she was young? Boy, you better watch yourself. Hey, Pat S says that bitch was making him make her sandwiches. Wow. I'm talking about Gary Coleman. And Lord Thought says that Reacher show looks great. Yeah.
Really?
And I think she was trying to accuse Gary Coleman of abusing her at one time.
Come on, man. She was so much bigger than him.
Yeah,
that's why
dude. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Like fucking Gary Coleman. It's like saying, "Oh, Webster was whipping my ass." Like, get the fuck out of here.
Knee him in the face. It's over. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, just hold your hand out like this, and he can't reach. You know.
Yeah.
Like mini me.
Choke his little ass out if he swing on you.
Oh yeah. Fucking R.I.P. to Mini Me. Shit.
Oh yeah, he passed too. R.I.P. man.
Yeah. Committed suicide.
Yeah, he sure did. I do remember. That was sad. That was real sad. I know he had a lot of substance abuse issues.
I mean, shit. He had a YouTube channel and it was rocking.
His
YouTube channel. He had like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. He wouldn't know.
And that had been in the earlier YouTube days too.
No, actually, I mean, actually, when he passed, dude, that had to be in the last 5 years when he passed.
You're probably right, probably 2015, 2016.
Right. So I mean, and even then, he had a shitload of subscribers, man. Like he was doing good, man. He was just unhappy with himself, man. And
2018, so that was even sooner than that.
Even sooner. Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 years ago. I think it was a little further back. Maybe that's right.
Yeah, I think he had I think he has like depression issues and all that. That of course went into the substance abuses and such like that. So I mean, just kind of like Robin Williams and all these others that you don't see the demons that they're fighting, and we think they're great, they're fighting and all that, and then all of a sudden the next day it's like they're gone. It's like, what the hell?
Right.
What they're putting in a show because they don't want you to see how miserable they are, and they don't want to see you miserable. They want everybody to be laughing and happy, and unfortunately, it takes its tolls. It does.
Yeah, but the thing is when they pass and we get to find out the truth, man, it doesn't that shit it makes it worse. Mm-hmm. Because at the end, they lost their lives. We lost a great entertainer, and it's like and then the news comes out about how miserable of a fucking life they were living, and then it's like, all right, well, shit, all that hiding doesn't add up to be shit when we find out the truth later, and you're gone.
Yeah. Be better off for you just address whatever issues you have.
Right, man. And let people come. Show
support.
People, man, fucking for real, man. I tell you what, man. If a lot of these people knew how much we really loved them and appreciated them, dog, they might have thought twice, man. I mean, who knows, man? I mean, you can't just say, but fuck, at least, give us a chance to reach out to you, man. I mean, for us not to know nothing and then find out after you're dead what the fuck you were going through. It's like, dude, man, people are so ready to reach out to people, man, because nobody wants to see nobody gone, man. I'm being fucking real, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
man.
sad thing about that is they don't want to be. A lot of them, there's still a stigma about depression out there, and they feel
Yeah,
if
it
they come
is.
out and they start saying something like that, they're going to be locked in the booby hatch, and right away,
Yeah.
and they're scared that way. The stigma about if you go out there and what the people's reaction will be, and some people are just afraid of asking. They don't want to be a burden to
Right.
anybody, so they keep it to themselves. And these are the traps that these people have, and then of course, a lot of them do know how much people out there love them, but they keep everything so in, whether because of the mental issues that they're suffering from, which is legitimate.
Yeah.
It's not just passing the buck or just wiping out saying, "Oh, you're just crazy." No, these are serious things out there
Right.
that these people are suffering, and of course, it gets to them, and they're gone. And
Yeah.
uh,
And then, I mean, sometimes sometimes it's physical stuff. A lot of things with Robin Williams, he had the depression, but he also, I think, had a was it Parkinson's diagnosis or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Something.
definitely.
Yeah.
He just said he didn't feel like fighting it. As soon as he got the diagnosis, I think it was like that week, that was it.
Yep.
And it's like you wish, I don't know, you wish you. It's hard. I think people in general, it's hard to have a support system, and it's hard to like reach out to people,
Right.
right? I mean, it's really hard to just. I wish he had somebody he could just tell how he was feeling, and
Well, let
just
me ask
like,
you this: you think it was something more like pride? Because I can't see you not being able to reach out, man. You have to be on some real prideful shit to think that you can't come talk to somebody that cares about you or loves you, man.
I don't know
I
if it's
think
pride. It may be, but it's almost like people don't want to feel like a burden, and they don't realize
right.
you're not a burden. It's way
Right.
better for you to tell me what's going on, and like, man, I feel
Mhm.
crazy about this, that,
Right.
and the third, than you to hurt yourself or worse, and
Right.
now you're
Right.
not here anymore. And I don't think that thought crosses in people's mind when they're feeling down. They'll view themselves as a burden and not realize, like, no, people care about you. They don't.
Right. That's
You're
true.
not a burden. Like it's way, if you think about it,
Right.
you'll be way more burdensome dead, because now I can never replace that hole that
Right.
Right.
that gap it has left. So, but I think in people's heads, it's not necessarily a pride thing. It's just they don't feel like, I don't know. They feel like they don't want to bother anyone, or don't want to burden anybody. That's
Well,
what I
you,
feel.
well,
That's my theory.
well, the thing with that is for folks to know that if you're going through something, I'd rather that we go through it together.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, yeah.
it's like before you take it upon yourself to think that nobody gives a fuck or that you're being too much of a burden on somebody else, man. Like let us, like let folks know what's going on, man. And the thing is, you'd be surprised how when people get to really understanding how much folks love and care for them, that you don't have to, of course it's you going through it, but the thing is you don't got to go through it by yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind me bringing
Sure.
this part up, is of course last week I started had my sample stream to see how things are going. Tuesday, actually, it's odd that you're bringing this all up because obviously when it comes to the end of the show, we ask, "Hey, when we're going to be doing this next week?" and all that. And this Tuesday, actually, I am going to do, and I don't want to call it a special episode because that's so trite, but a serious one. And this is what I want to talk about because we're going to the season of the holidays, and it seems like this is when people really get hit the most. Suicide
Mm-hmm.
hits so much this time of year, and this is the season of hope, joy, happiness, family,
Right.
friends,
Right.
all that. But yet, suicide rates just shoot up, and just was going to actually do a live stream at 9 on Tuesday about this. And just hit just a topic, personal story to bring in there with it and explain, and just exactly what you gentlemen are talking about now. In fact, you gentlemen are welcome to come on if you want.
Thank you.
You are
Right.
welcome. So
Right.
if 9 o'clock on Tuesday, I'm going to have this. You're welcome. I was going to welcome on my show anyways later on, as guests and all that. But for this one, since we're already talking about this is a very serious thing. And we let's face it, we three, we love everybody out there. We love
Right.
Yeah, really.
our chat.
Oh, yeah.
We love the people that do these movies and such.
Yeah, we do.
We might not like them, but we love them.
Mhm.
one of the greatest lines from the Family Guy. The Lord says you have to love your neighbor. He didn't say you had to like him. But you're absolutely right on a lot of stuff there, Vigilante. And I suppose if there is a sense of pride, is that stubborn hubris we have that we don't want to burden somebody.
Right.
And then, of course, you have these actors and actresses that are in Hollywood. And you're in that satanic bubble of narcissism.
Yeah.
How can these people come out there and express something like that without something here? Well, have some coke, have some meth, have some this, have some that. That'll make you feel better.
Because that's how a lot of people in Hollywood deal with it. They just, I'll just get high. And then, some people who are either past that life or trying not to live that life, they don't really have as many resources as far as real friends.
Right.
They can't to go back to, unfortunately, Robin Williams, he had substance abuse issues and gotten past them. He can't call any of those old friends up and say, hey, yeah, let's just do coke again like we did in the 70s. It's like, nah, it's not where I'm at right now.
Right.
And then I think Hollywood, I didn't mean to cut you off, man, but Hollywood, as you mentioned, is a very dark place. And it's I think a lot of the, not innocent, I don't know what the right word is, but a lot of people who have more pure hearts get burnt out of Hollywood. That's why it seems like, man, how come all the great ones are the ones that are gone? Because it does something to the people who are more pure heart. That's my theory.
Right.
Well, that conspiracy theories, but I won't get that.
No, actually, that's that was a good take on that, man. I would actually agree with you on that. So shit, you ain't the only one, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah.
And
Imagine an average person out there. I mean, you have people who are veterans that are on the street. They feel they did their service to this nation, and now they feel abandoned. People who've lost loved ones, they don't feel they can go on without them because that was their soulmates that they lost, and they're having a hard time getting over and getting beyond that. Of course, like you said, people are getting substance abuse pain. It's amazing. As someone who suffers chronic pain 24/7, no offense, 24/7, I can attest to you. There's mornings you wake up and you go, "Do I have to go through this shit again?" And after a while, it does wear a person down. They go, and you have to start focusing on what is important. Yes, what pain I have, what pain would be for someone to find me dead somewhere? My daughters, my wife, my parents, people that I know, and that's not what you want to leave. And that's how how some people focus on something like that, and other people just after a while they just can't do it no more. They like to mock these Hollywood actors like Bela Lugosi and others. Oh, he was a morphine addict. Bitch, please. You know how he got that. He was injured in World War I badly. The only thing that they could do is pump people through morphine. You get addicted to morphine. The more you have to go on, you need to have more and more. It's that trap. It's like anyone who gets addicted to this stuff I always have sympathy for it because of pain. That's in there.
I do too. I think a lot of people need to realize that, like a lot of people with painkiller addictions didn't wake up one day and say, "Hey, let me start sniffing oxy." It was like I got hurt and somebody prescribed me something and I couldn't stop taking it because it has addictive qualities or the pain kept coming back. It was one of those lifelong, like you said, chronic pain things where the pain is not going to ever go away. So that's why there was such a push, and there should be a push for CBD and medical stuff because of the addictive qualities of these painkillers, of the morphine, oxycodone, and all these other stuff that fucks people up. I know we went on a tangent now. We're talking about because it all started with Gary Coleman, and we just started talking about all these unfortunate celebrities and all that unfortunate things. But
we can jump back to the facts of life
stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to call this after.
Pat S says, believe it or not, Robin had buddies at a few comic shops. He loved the books, toys, shirts, collectibles. The people left him, and people left him alone when he was there. He spent hours at them. Yeah, I mean, he named his daughter Zelda, so he was definitely a nerd.
He was one of us.
He was one of us, man. That was a sad one to lose, man. He was a like. Certain people are just important to pop cultures. Like, man, you can't tell the story of American pop culture without talking about Robin Williams.
No.
And it's like, man, that one sucked. That one really, really sucked. And yeah, Glenzer, we are talking about this live in front of a stupid audience, as you call it, or a studio audience. Yeah, they won't leave the past alone. That led us down a tangent of all these unfortunate, because we talked about Gary Coleman and we talked about unfortunate short ends with celebrities and some of the issues they've had. We talk a lot of shit about these adult pretenders, right? But like a lot of them are, they are still people. And not all of them are like as evil as fucking Alec Baldwin. Like some of them actually are fairly good people and just get caught up in this crazy Hollywood life. And we got to remember that part of it as well. And as far as this live in front of a studio audience, man, did the world ask? Did any of you in the chat or on the panel say, you know what I need? I need Gabrielle Union and the Facts of Life. I see that Thoth said he'll watch anything with Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston she's not quite in that fucking Office Space. To me, that's her prime. I know, Friends was the big show, but she is so fucking hot in Office Space. And yeah, R.I.P. JJ, man. That one hurt too. I still, do they know what happened with JJ? I know it was supposedly a heart issue. You didn't hear about that? It's JJ.
Who?
Sith Lord is sometimes his name was like Sith Lord, and somebody correct me.
JJ, yeah, he passed away.
He passed away on JJ Sith Lord. He passed away on Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly. If I was,
you mean the dude from what's that? American Got Talent?
No, he's a guy in the Community. I'm not sure if you knew of him. Maybe you did, but it's a guy named I knew of him because I knew him through Slasher McSplitter because I've done I even did streams with him because I used to stream quite a bit with Slasher, Moira, Darius, and him. And he passed recently on or around Thanksgiving, and find him, and he was alone on Thanksgiving, and I was really like, damn, it's fucked up. And I wasn't sure exactly what I know. I don't know if people knew him like that to know what his cause of death was, but the cause of death, people said it was a heart issue, and I'm like, man, that's really sad. And I see a lot of people are starting to show up. I see Gap Stargate, Luke. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up your name, Corlowitz. Luke in his art. I'm sorry, brother. I don't want to screw up your name.
We hear you, Luke.
Yep, holler if you hear me. What's up, what?
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, he has a great art channel. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened too. So yeah, it's sad, man. Life is short. Life is short, man. We only get so much time on this planet. We got to make the best of it with what we got. Make the best of what we got. And I do not suggest spending that time on live in the front of a studio audience. I do not suggest you spend, however many hours. You're not going to be on your deathbed and say, God, can I please get a few hours? I watched live with a studio audience like a few years ago or whatever, 30 years ago. And those hours I spent, can I please get them back? That's not how it works. You're never going to get this time back.
Right.
That you spend on this. And you'll be better off watching the original Facts of Life or the original Different Strokes. Like nobody wants to see Kevin Hart as Arnold. That's funny. Oh, he's short, just like no,
dude. And even if you look at Kevin Hart, he didn't even shave for that shit. He basically kept his mustache, goatee. Like he don't even trying to. That's the thing. Is like when you saw Arnold, you saw him up to a certain age. You didn't see Arnold grown.
Yeah.
So all that's bullshit. And then they have Damon Wayans Jr. as Willis. And then they have John Lithgow from like Third Rock from the Sun and all the bullshit he's done. Mr. Drummond.
I can see that at least.
Yeah.
I can see that. But still,
I can
why?
see that, but it's still like, why? I don't need to see John Lithgow as Mr. Drummond.
The only thing I can see this ever working where you have this live in front of a studio audience is actually the British did a version of this. But what they did was they took episodes that were lost because the BBC were so idiotic to erase so many tapes of television shows. That. And so they did like one-offs live in front of a studio audience of Steptoe and Son and a few of the others like that they had that were lost episodes and recreated them. So I could see that, but still, Not when you have we have every single episode of these shows. Watch the original ones; they're better.
Yeah, and even though that story is funny, just to clarify to the people, the BBC being the cheap ass organization, this has affected tons of their classic shows. They would tape over the tape. So when they filmed and recorded a show, they would tape over it for another fucking show, and you would just lose it and then tape over that. So like tons of TV that was broadcasted in Britain is gone forever. Will never be. It's just lost.
Oh,
forever.
I heard about that.
Like, how stupid can you possibly? I get cheapness. I get.
And I heard that.
Cheap.
Yeah, I heard that was a part of some of Doctor Who went with it too.
Yes.
Oh, a lot.
Doctor Who. A lot of Doctor Who. That's I think how I found out about this whole thing. That this was the practice they had. I'm like, how? I get that. I guess home video didn't exist, so they weren't thinking. But it's just like, oh my god.
They didn't do reruns. They'd only air a show once, and that was it. They would hardly ever have a rerun on the BBC. Everything was virtually new, unless there was something significant to re-air a show again, an episode. So you had all these tapes sitting around, and we're running out of space, and we need to do it. They didn't have that foresight to think that maybe we can rerun these. And you didn't have reruns until in the United States until I Love Lucy, when Lucille Ball was pregnant. And then they were doing, her and Ethel were sitting around doing reminiscence, and they rerun an episode because of her pregnancy. It was kind of hard to do the filming around the pregnancy that they had. But even the United States had its own form of that. Virtually most of the DuPont network, gone. We're lucky we have the Honeymooners. We're lucky we have what we had from Jackie Gleason. But most of the stuff from the DuPont network is in the ether, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
And these were top quality shows.
Zax is right. A lot of shows were just broadcast live. They didn't even tape them. That was it.
Right.
You got one live run. That's it. You didn't see it. You'll never be seen again.
Right. So it's one of the sad fate of the original television, just like the stage plays and the like. And what we have, let's cherish it. Let's try to preserve what there is out there so they don't deteriorate and go away.
Yeah. Man, this has a weird vibe. Why do you have all these adults dressed as kids?
Yeah. Motherfuckers in their 40s and 50s.
40, yes. Because, I mean, you got Kevin Hart as Arnold. He was a kid. He was shorter and he was slightly older towards the end. But he was a kid. That's the character he was playing. And then you got these 40-year-old women as the young women in The Facts of Life. It's just like, this doesn't.
Yeah, it don't add up, man. The only motherfucker playing his age is fucking Mr. Drummond.
John Lithgow.
Yeah, that's
he's the only one playing his age.
And and of course, Charlotte Rae character.
Yeah, what was I about to say?
Mrs. Garrett. Mrs.
Garrett. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, everybody else is like, this looks. Forgive me. This looks like a porn parody cover. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
shit on the hub.
No, actually, it does. It does kind of remind me of look. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Look, man. No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay, look. I had a homeboy, right? He was a fucking bootleg dude, right? He had like one of these machines that was able to like mass produce all kind of shit. And what he used to do was he did like all kind of new movies, pornos, and a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he ends up giving me Good Times, the fucking porno, man. So, dude,
when you pause, I'm like, please don't say porno.
Yeah, it's your boy. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I mean, but the thing is, it's just the simple fact that, man, dog, it's real than a motherfucker. And then now that Baron said something, and I'm looking at this fucking picture again. Yeah, man, it does kind of reminds me of some triple extracurricular type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, keeping your head above water has a totally different meaning in that context.
Yeah.
Totally different meaning.
Different strokes.
Different strokes.
Glenn's
right?
I was wondering if you saw that one.
Oh. Even the
Okay,
facts
you
of
want the good
life.
times.
You know what I mean?
You
The
want
facts
the
of life
show.
got a poor
Oh.
vibe to it.
Man, I tell you, Othelmo, boy.
Man.
Yeah, that's for another combo. Shit. Hey, yeah, man. Boy, man, look, and I'll tell you like this, man. There's a lot of shit out there, Star Wars, Justice League. When it comes to that triple extracurricular type shits, there's all kind of stuff out there that you wouldn't even imagine is, has like a triple X version of it. Yeah, it's out there, man. So,
well, we know about what's his dude name, Axel Braun, because he did all the Marvel shits. He did all the Marvel parodies.
Yeah, just imagine when you see a motherfucker go, Dynamite, and he about to get off into some stuff. So,
man, that's wild.
Hey, I'm telling you, it was there. And then you got motherfucker acting like Michael, the little brother. He all JJ. Are you sure you spoke? Like, what the fuck you? Yeah, it's some real wild shit, man. Everybody was getting down on it. So get down
Thelma,
on it.
As Glenzer, Thelma was thick back in those days, man.
Boy,
she was thick as shit. So I get it, but that's nothing. It's not enough female. I mean, you got Thelma, Winona, and then Florida. No disrespect to the woman that.
No, actually, the triple X version was a lot better than
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, man. But James J. Evans, that's some funny shit. That is some funny shit. They had some old looking wild ass dude trying to get his goose on. So it was some funny shit, man. Yeah, he wasn't looking like Yeah, he wasn't. I forgot what his name was, but yeah, the James father, Evans.
JJ and James Evans.
It's about the real actor.
Yeah, James Amos, I think it was. This is real name. John Amos.
John Amos. Yeah, because I was about to say that Amos too. Is that Kevin Hart with the A shirt? Yeah, like yes, he's Arnold. Yeah, that's him. The Islington girl trying to play Arnold from Different Strokes with a mustache and goatee and shit. He didn't even grow him a little afro. He didn't do shit. He got a fucking fade. Look, you can at least say, look, and then if you look at Damon Wayans Jr., hey, can you blow it up, man? Blow that shit up. There you go, my man. Yeah. Don't he got a mustache and shit?
Yeah,
he got that beard and he
got a beard and mustache, yeah.
Kevin Hart. He just fucking
just like Damon Wayans Sr. I don't even think he looks
that's Junior.
I know, but like the way they drew him.
Yeah, he does look like his dad.
Yeah. He looks like his dad, but not to this extent. They just literally redrew his dad.
But the thing is, he looks more like he like Willis had he had a real fro back then. And then look, when you sit there and you look at what's the fuck his name? The chick playing Tootie, she has that look and that smile on her face, like she looks like Kim Fields a little bit. You can't even tell. Yeah, you can't tell that's Gabrielle Union. She looks more like Kim Fields, like whoever drew it. Kind of put some of the features of the original the cast members, and then kind of added it on to where you can tell who's who. Come on, man. I don't know. This is weird as fuck, man.
It is.
Jennifer Aniston is Blair, fucking 50-year-old Blair. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are we doing?
Zach's earlier here in the chat, just to be still kind of on subject, but he was talking about how the episode where Arnold's friend got molested.
The dude with the little red hair and shit.
Yeah. And who was the molester? Who was the actor? Do you know, Zach? Do you know anybody out there?
It was you talking about when they went to what was the guy? He was like trying to he was like a photographer or some bullshit.
Yeah, he was a photographer.
I remember that.
Yeah. And does anybody know who that actor was? So shocked the hell out of you.
Yeah, I think his name was Baron Norman Tagg. What? Wait.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. Hey.
It was
shit.
Gordon Jump from WKRP. Arthur Carlson himself.
Oh, that's right.
Just got it right there.
That's right.
The guy from WKRP. Yep. Man.
It was not me. How was that?
No, I'm just fucking with you. Man.
I was too old for the part.
He was the guy that ran the radio station at WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yep, Arthur Carlson.
Yeah. Yep, there you go. Yep. Damn. Hey, good pop culture question. There you go, man.
Yeah.
And I'm
It was
not an
Dudley.
Isn't the girl saying Miss Garrett doesn't look too bad? Because it just looks like they drew the original Miss Garrett. I don't know who the actress they have playing her, but it doesn't look like.
Doesn't look like this. Looks like some actress with helmet here. It doesn't even look like Charlotte Rae. I don't think.
This looks weird.
And and what about the chick that played Joe?
Oh.
The one next to Blair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was supposed to be like the rough biker chick, kind of like, oh, I got a bike, like she got a leather jacket, like she's the Fonz and shit.
Yeah, she's like from Joyzy.
Oh, you don't remember that, Vigilante?
I don't, because I wasn't like, I do remember watching The Facts of Life as a younger kid, but that wasn't my show that I fuck with like that.
Oh, you was into like 8 is Enough and shit.
Nah, I was like Charles in Charge and shit like that. So like,
Charles in Charge, yeah. Like, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Buddy and Charles, you never seen that movie that they did, Zap?
Oh, yep, I seen it.
Boy, I tell you what, hey, that movie was on fire. I mean, all kind of skirts were coming up, fucking tits were popping, dude. That was some shit, dog. Look, that shit was on the level of like. That was on the level of Porky's. Yeah, it was on the level of like fucking Revenge of the Nerds, where it was like all you saw was nothing but TNA in that motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
can't do that shit.
Porky's with nerds. That's what it was.
Oh man, that shit was it was kind of like Weird Science, but damn near triple X's. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, if y'all don't know about Zapped, that shit was fucking awesome. Look, to me, the best Scott Baio movie you can ever see, man. Him and his boy, what's his name, Buddy? Well, I forgot what the fuck his real name was. He was on that show where he was trying to lose weight and he had a fucking attitude. He was punching doors and shit. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know what the fuck was wrong with him, but dude, they ended up going from Zapped to Charles in Charge, both of them dudes, man. Mm-hmm. And just to see that, dog, Scott Baio and Buddy, ooh boy, Zapped. Look, holla at your boy. If you guys never seen Zapped, look it up, Google that shit, and when you find that motherfucker, buy it. You might see it for like $8 or $10. It'll never get the Blu-ray. So if anything is out on that, it'll be DVD. Go get that motherfucker, man. And I tell you what, you'll see the most toxic shit that you've seen next to like Porky's and fucking Revenge of the Nerds and like I'm talking about like Bachelor Party. I'm telling you, it's on that level. Go fuck with Zapped.
That's on that level of the 80s boob fest. I mean,
all
this is a bunch of
Fast Times, Ridgemont High, all the other stuff. It was just the 80s era.
Fast Times is tame.
No, that was fucking kiddie. That was kiddie shit next to Zapped. Yeah, Zapped was fucking just that shit was buck. I'm telling you, you got to check that shit out. Hey, just remember it's your boy. Like, hey, you guys would be like, hey, thank you. They remade Zapped. What?
And, they did remake it, and it
how?
Sucked. Yeah.
When?
I don't know why. What was that? About 10, 15 years ago, maybe?
I mean, dude,
I don't even know who was in it.
Nah, man. If it wasn't doing what the first one was doing, man, come on, man. It's kind of like saying, hey, let's remake Weird Science, and you don't put shit in it. It's like that's not going to work, man.
Yeah.
Or Caddyshack, or any of these films. I mean,
the girl from Bachelor Party, the girl from what past this year? Who were you waiting?
Oh, that was
Catan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she did pass.
Yeah, Tawny Catan is that.
Yeah, I know more. Was it the hood of the White Snake?
Mm-hmm.
Because she was fucking with old buddy.
She was fucking with the guy from White Snake, I believe.
And she had a WKRP connection because she was on the first season of the new WKRP in Cincinnati. She was like their love line lady that they had on there.
Did not know that.
Man, she looked rough though. I hate to say. I mean, you could tell that the years of abuse caught up to her.
Oh yeah. She was on that nose candy and she was drinking and popping. Yeah, she was on it like a hornet. You know what I mean? Yeah,
she was a mega star at that time. Like just as a personality, she was just kind of like everybody been talking at the time.
Wasn't she on that?
I'm sorry, Glenn brought up Rhonda Sheeran Up All Night. It's been some years since I remember that shit. But
wasn't
go ahead,
she
Barry.
also on that? It was Unhappily Ever After, where there was kind of a rip off of Married with Children, and they had Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh, I remember that. I miss Bobcat, man. You know, actually, he still does stand-up comedy, but he doesn't do his act no more.
Mm.
Yeah, he doesn't go wow like he's like fucking he don't scream and shit. He don't do all that shit no more. And people be like, do the scream, and he's like, man, fuck the scream. Yeah, so he's like he's kind of sick and tired of his own shit.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like, you know, his gimmick that got him there, because I used to love watching his ass in Police Academy, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bobcat. Oh man, dude, Police Academy was my shit, man. I'm fucking, you know, I'm gonna tell you something, man. They were gonna make a new Police Academy some years back, and what happened was it took for Bubba Smith to die for them not to make it, man. They had everybody on board, ready to go. You know the chick that has the voice, the one that talks like this, the little boy. If you look up now, the little black chick from Police Academy, that whenever she get mad, she'll start to screaming and shit, but she'll talk like this all the time. Man, she find a motherfucker, man. I'm him right now. Like, you look up right now, you be like, what the fuck? And she's like in her 50s, 60s, and oh boy, yeah, she's she's something else, man. So,
and of course, the other guy from Police Academy is no longer with us either. The big the gun nut, the one that was always out there blasting things.
Oh, he passed away too.
He's been gone for a while. In fact, I think he went before Bubba. He's been gone.
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, he was Tackleberry.
Tackleberry, thank you.
Oh yeah, Tackleberry. He was like the fucking, like he was like a fucking like he was a soldier. He was always by the book. He'll fucking blow your head off, and then he was gung ho, man. Shit, yeah, that motherfucker there was. I got Police Academies behind me somewhere in one of these fucking movies, man. I got Police Academy here, man. Yeah, all 8 of them motherfuckers, and then they had the cartoon.
Yep. The cartoon series.
Yeah, the cartoon, and you know the guy that I think the guy that always makes the music, the beatboxing motherfucker. He's
Michael Winslow.
Yeah, I was gonna say Winslow, but I kept thinking of fucking
Family Matters.
Urkel. Yeah, I was like, man, do I say Winslow and I don't fucked up on some Urkel
no,
shit?
It's Winslow. His name's Winslow. And actually, I'm looking at Marion Ramsey is the girl you're talking about.
Yeah,
and she's still got it.
I mean, if you throw a little picture up, yeah, she was fucking hot as shit.
It's got her, she is currently.
I think she was cute. I thought she was cute.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at her with the little afro over there, and then you look at her now,
she died. Oh no!
What?
Oh what?
Oh no! When did this happen? So we're finding out. Oh, this happened this year. Earlier this year, she was in the 70s.
And that was her before she
was died in the 70s?
January 7th this year.
Wow.
God.
Damn.
Shame
on us.
I'm a sad panda now.
That's sad. Shout out to Marion Ramsey, man.
Yeah.
That's real sad.
Oh, I loved her in that movie. She was so and I thought she was cute back then, and of course, as 24 was saying, as she got older, she was still.
Yeah, she fucking
still looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now I feel like a fucking perv.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, we didn't know.
We didn't know.
I know, man. I'm like, damn.
Hell of a downer, man.
I mean, we went from 10 to 4 people.
Well, man, they left. They said, "Oh, we got to go on that one."
Yeah, we're like, they're like, yo, we are out. Yep, down to 3.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh,
damn.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
Well, another subject before we lose the other 3.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do a live show and you just wing it.
Actually, we was on subject. We just veered off a little bit. Was talking about some other stuff. Shit, it happens, man. Damn.
Yeah, it happens. Please come
What can you
back.
say, man? Yeah, man. What can you say? We're fucking toxic, man. What the fuck?
Vigilante will behave.
Yeah, toxic. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Damn.
We
are
all left to
toxic
start
fans.
downloading Zap.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Oh yeah.
It's his fault.
Zach,
It's his fault.
my man. There you go. You said we all left to start downloading Zap. Yeah, man. Zap was the shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was thinking, okay, they got
What's
this
up, man?
stupid remake, and so screw that. I'm thinking, like, what would it take to buy the rights to something like Zap? That's something that they can't be like. Who knows who has the rights to that?
Well, you know, actually, it all depends on who made it. Now, you know, it all depends. You know, a lot of studios, you know, if it's not like something that's out now, like Universal, Warner Brothers, Paramount, those would be the top three from back then. You know, like Sony's a newer, so you know, Sony wasn't even fucking making. You know, they weren't barely doing shit back then. Now you have to look at those, but then you also have to look at there was also a lot of studios that have went under. That look, this is the reason why a lot of movies that were out on VHS never went to DVD, for the simple fact that that a lot of the companies that put them out on VHS never survived to when movies started being reformatted for DVD. A lot of them went under before any of that shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens to those movies? The only way you could watch them is in VHS form.
Mm.
I mean, Canon Film was one of the biggest studios in the 80s.
Dude,
and what was, I think, was Master of the Universe finally caused him to
oh
crash.
yeah. That in Superman 4.
Oh, that was, yeah. I mean, that was, who thought of that? I mean, I'm sorry, Superman 4. Ugh. I mean, that was not, well, that's Christopher Reeve's whole idea was on that film. Sometimes you just don't let your heroes do the films.
Yeah, he was on some old eco, let's save the planet type shits.
Right.
Well, hey, we see a lot of celebrities on that shit now.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking fly private to their conventions and waste all the fuel, and then they criticize us for being so wasteful. But yeah, a lot of celebrities on that shit now.
But yeah, I mean, like you were saying, there's so many films. And then when they do get me, obviously there's stuff that whoever bought the Canon's rights, they only want to put the stuff out that matters. And what other films they would have, they're not going to go out and waste the time for. What about some of the? Well, I'm trying to think of the Full Moon Entertainment. It's another one. I mean,
right.
They're more B film, but they were very successful. Yeah, but they had Transfers. One of my favorite B films ever made out there was Transfers with Tim Thomerson. I mean, that was awesome. I think.
Yeah. You know what woke DC did in the last, like, I think it had to be like in the last 2 years or so. They turned, like, the villain for Superman 4 was a character that was made for the movie. He was never a real fucking character.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's canon in fucking comic books now. So there's old that old eco motherfucker with the mullet in Superman 4. He's a real comic book villain now, and they fucked around and made him canon. So when we just thought that he was just fucking a bad villain for a bad movie, now he's a fucking bad villain for comic books now. So now he's a part of the fucking Superman rogues gallery.
Great.
And a real shitty fucking villain. Now, instead of just watching him in that one movie, now you got to fucking see him in fucking comic books. Like, that's shit.
Good question, Zach. Who owns the rights to Icon? Do you know who has Icon's rights?
Icon, you talking about the comic book character?
No, I think the Icon movie studio.
Movie studio. I don't know.
There was an Icon movie studio out there.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I'm probably something I should have known, but I don't even know, man.
I should know too. I feel ashamed. I don't. I
remember Icon Productions now that I see their logo.
Right, they had that gold logo, and they kind of had that eye, and they got the zinc, and
man, I don't know who owns this stuff. I'm just looking at their Wikipedia. Let me bring it up so I guess everyone else can see.
Oh, he's talking about the comic book character Icon. That's DC Comics. That's Warner Brothers, man. Matter of fact,
they're bringing them back.
Now, this was going on. Now, they're working on Static, right? They're gonna do a live action Static. They're not sure if Michael B. Jordan's attached to it too as one of the producers, and they're trying to see if he's actually gonna come off the producing chair to actually become Static. I don't think that's a good idea because they're trying to see if he's gonna be Black Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan. But what's going to happen is when they come out with Static, the live action movie or show, that's going to open up the whole Milestone comic book verse to where you're going to see Icon and the Blood Brothers and everybody else. So they're trying to wait and see how well Static is. I think Static people are going to watch it, whether they just to see what it is, and if it's anything good. I don't know, man. He's on, they redid his origin. Now they're talking about how he got his powers from a BLM moment.
Yes,
that's bullshit. So but the thing is, Icon is going to be if that goes well, Icon's coming next, along with the Blood Brothers and everybody else. So Static has to be the one to make it, and if he doesn't, then the whole studio they're not coming out with shit else, man. So he did mean but that's Milestone Comics, and DC runs with Milestone. So that's Warner Brothers at that point.
Yep. That will be Warner Brothers. Or what are they called now? Because it's Warner Discovery.
Warner Brothers Discovery, right. And that's after the merger that's gonna happen closer to around mid 2022. So right about May, June, July is when they're gonna finalize the merger. And then boom, it'll be Warner Brothers Discovery at that point.
And it actually might be one of the first things they do as Warner Discovery, because they're still doing a lot of stuff that's already down the pipe, but that hasn't started production yet. If I'm correct.
There you go.
They haven't started production on any of the, or have they? Have they started with the Static stuff? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they started with the Static or the Milestone. I think that's a lot of that stuff is just kind of in the back burner for right now.
Well, I know, like back earlier this year, they started putting stock. The Static came back out.
Oh, the comic itself?
Yeah. So basically, they rebooted the whole Milestone universe. And see, another thing that's different is with that is one of the creators of Static in the Milestone universe, he passed away some years back. So now there's only one guy. It was two guys. Now the one that's left is the one that's running all this shit now, and he's the one that gave it the green light for for the BLM moment and all that other bullshit. So fuck, man. Dwayne
McDuffie is the guy. I didn't know, and now I'm looking up. He was a Detroit guy. Did not know he was a Detroit guy. Always comes back to Detroit.
There you go.
But man, he not just did. He didn't just do a lot of did he do? Maybe he didn't do the comics. Maybe he only did the show, and I'm wrong. But I know he did a lot of no, he did co-found Milestone. He did do the show. Okay, I did the comics as well. So he did the comic book, the show, and he did a lot of stuff when they became part of DC. He did a lot of stuff with the DCAU, the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
Right.
And that's some of the best stuff ever. I didn't know he also was involved with Ben 10. I just found that out looking it up.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It up. So yeah, he's a huge part of my childhood with just the Justice League. And Static it by itself. So yeah.
Shit. Hey, Gap Stargate says now there are 10 people in the chat. Everybody's finished downloading Zap.
There we go. We're back.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Don't watch it until the show's over with, though. Okay?
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Good shit, man. Good shit. Thank you, Gap. Man, hey, shit, if y'all want to jump on to the next
yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, did you see what was going on with the Minions, huh?
I did see that in between before we started.
Yeah,
I guess we can bring that to the people.
Yeah.
Start them as well. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Hold on. Bring it up. Reset it. And you can see this just shows there's been subversive shit, because all of this is like older stuff, right? I mean, they haven't done a new Minions or Despicable Me project in some years, if I'm correct.
Well, no, actually, the Minions, they had a Minions 2 come out maybe about a year or two ago, man.
Shows how much I pay attention.
Yeah, and then they had the Despicable Me 2 And then from there, I mean,
They had 3 too.
Yeah, so basically in the last,
they got a new one coming out next year.
4, I wonder what that's going to be.
I don't know.
How many?
And the long-suffering Mrs. Tag, she adores the Minions too. She does.
Well,
everybody liked those things. I never really liked Despicable Me. I thought it was stupid. I thought Despicable Me was kind of creepy. I'm gonna be honest, man. Because there's this single man who wants all these kids and he adopts all these kids. And not only is he just single one guy, but he's like a villain. So why the fuck does he want to adopt kids? My head was like, there's something off. There's something off about this. Nobody said, oh, it's just cute. They saw the little Minions. Oh, it's just cute. I don't know. Something seemed off. That was my thought. And hell, it looks like I was right that something was off about this series because these Minions, they doing something a little strange for a little change. I brought it up so we can see what's going on. So these Minions, right? This is a kids-centric series. Adults like it too because they were cute.
Yeah,
and everybody liked the
I thought little fuckers were funny, and it's funny. I never saw none of this shit when I watched it until I saw this video until today.
I knew nothing about this.
I didn't either. Here we go. Look at this shit. Kissing. I don't know what's going on with the sound.
Look. Oh, you might want to. You might want to mute this. Yeah.
Because I want to get in more trouble. But look at this shit in the background.
Yeah.
Hopefully he was kissing his mouth because it could have been something.
Yeah, he was. Oh.
Well, it looked like he could have been. So yeah, this the whole Despicable Me series in the background, or sometimes in the foreground, they got these motherfuckers making out with each other. So like, they've been subversively, because they haven't gendered the Minions, but it's a safe assumption that they're all male, right?
Yeah, well, they're just beings. They're not even supposed to have necessarily a gender. They're just things.
Well, they like things.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're out here fucking.
Gap Stargate said, "Oh my God, I'll never look at the Minions the same." Yeah, man, they doing all kind of little fuck shit on the screen. That hell, and the thing is, I own Despicable Me and Minions. I don't own Despicable Me 2. Now I'm not even sure if I want to see it.
Yeah,
it's like damn. Of course I used to get that shit because of my kids, but now they're getting a little older. I think they're not gonna miss them like that if I don't fucking get it for them. So
yeah,
can we just keep things innocent?
Lindsay said the Minions look like dicks with faces.
Yeah. Hey Bruce, how you doing? By the way,
Bruce Lombardo, what's up, man? It's all right. We exited our green room. Hell at Baron Norman Tag 24/7 Fusion Media at Vigilante Williamson. Hell to the chat. What's up, man? Great to have you here, Bruce. And thank everybody that's here, kicking it with us. All 9 to 11 of y'all.
Before they go download Zap again.
There you go.
Zap 2.
Yeah.
There was a Zap 2. It was
there?
horrible. I think there was a Zap 2, and it was bad. It was not good. So don't go running off to download that, folks. But again, why? Let's just keep things innocent. Do people have to throw sexuality into every freaking thing?
Well, yeah, because they're trying to condition people. Hell, they put back when I was a kid, and everybody remembers the big controversy with the Lion King when the smoke goes up or the sand or whatever goes up and it spells sex. And that was a big controversy back in the 90s. Yeah. And Disney just, and then the fucking original, was the Little Mermaid had a penis drawn in
right.
The cover. So there's all sorts of little shit. As we mentioned in the first topic, Hollywood's an evil fucking place. I think they do shit like this on purpose. I know I'm Mr. Conspiracy Theory, so that's my gift. But it's for a reason, because I do think they do evil shit like this to fuck with people.
They do. They're in their own little insular bubble world. We're idiots. We don't know what we're talking about. We're morons. We're not hot as they are. We're not as educated and professional as they are. Whereas these people, like, I'm in flyover country and such, and I don't know. I'm uncouth, barbarian compared to them. I don't understand the world as they do. And it's like, F you.
Yeah.
I don't want to understand their world. And
Yeah,
quit
me
putting
neither,
your world
man.
into me. Yeah. I mean, 2 words, Kevin Spacey, right there. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, that's freaky stuff. Yeah, there were penises on the VHS of the. That's what I was talking about. The cover, the VHS cover, of the Little Mermaid in
Right.
'91. There's a penis on it.
Well,
So yeah, there's
even,
also, and there's other stuff that I can't think of offhand.
well, Roger Rabbit, the gratuitous beaver shot that they had in there, where they say you
Uh,
could see as she was going across there. There was a couple frames of the
What?
Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, you didn't know
I
about
got
that?
I got
It
that
was
shit on
supposed.
Blu-ray. I'm gonna
I
be
think I
looking
vaguely.
extra
Oh,
hard.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but even back then they were saying about how there was like a couple of frames of Jessica Rabbit's hoo-ha.
mm. Yeah, Gap Stargate. Agree. Hollywood is like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's
Yeah.
a mess. It's a complete mess. A complete mess. That's why it sucks that they've been the ones, pushing pop culture for so long. We're just now realizing how fucked up it was, and we still got great media. We talk about the good stuff, but there's been a lot of disturbing shit that and subversively they put a lot of shit. And I got I could really get on a tangent on Disney on a lot of different directions. With how did they get the land for Disneyland? You might want to ask a 3-letter organization about that, or
Oh.
just even outside of that stuff, just the impact. A lot of people think that the reason we have such an issue with relationships nowadays has a lot to do with the quote unquote the Disney dream, the Disney programming that gave people unrealistic standards on relationships, and now the birth rate is plummeting and nobody gets married anymore. So I don't know if that's a bit of a stretch, but I think it had a little bit to do with it because that's
I
what we
think
see
there's a
as
lot.
kids.
Yeah, but I think there's a little bit more than that. Just Disney that contributes to that.
Yeah, it's more. It's definitely other factors. I think this Tinder, the social media thing had a lot to do with it as well. But
I think the lie
shit.
was happily ever after. Just ask my former long suffering Mrs. Tag.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean, well, didn't we just find out that Epstein's girlfriend was hiring child talent at Disney?
is that what was going on? I did not. I haven't because they hide everything. I haven't found out. I haven't really paid attention to that trial. I probably should because
Well, they're
way more
trying to
important.
bury that. It was that's such a shocking thing. They don't want the public to know what's going on with that trial. They're trying to keep that nice and
Yeah.
quiet because of that. Because it's just too shocking for us innocent people out here. And it's like, no, come on. I mean, let's name names. Let's go across there. If you're willing to drag Rittenhouse through the mud, the muck, and the mire, this one should be out there. This is even more important.
Yeah,
And we
this
start
actually
to
affects a
find
lot of people.
this is a lot more about it. And then who is involved? I mean, all you have to do is take a look at that list of people who flew down to Epstein Island.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
Whoa.
Ginger or Marianne. It was,
Yeah. There was a lot
right
of
across the
powerful
board.
people on that list. A
Hmm.
lot of powerful
Yes.
motherfuckers.
And a
That's
lot of
a.
Hollywood.
I don't want to get any of us whacked talking too much about it, but that's a real fucked up story. Look, I gotta look it up. We all should look that up. So please look that Maxwell. I can't even say her first name. It's probably better that I don't. But if you look up Maxwell trial and Schleppstein, you should find what you need. That's another fucked up thing.
Is there a red dot on my forehead all of a sudden? No.
I don't think they use red dots. They just, they got new tech. You just sit there and just pass out. You might evaporate on camera. We just looking at you, and then just shoot.
Watch the viewership go up then. Boom.
There you go.
See what happened on that show.
You saw a man evaporate. Yeah. The millions thing is fucked up. That's kind of how we led here. That's really fucked up. And I can't help but to wonder what other like child stuff we talked about. Some of the stuff, the Disney stuff. What other child or kid oriented or movie or franchise has all this subversive, background noise with some bullshit? I can't help but to wonder that. I'm sure it's stuff that's out there.
I
That we
mean,
just
shit. You talking about like Santa Inc.?
You know what? I can't. Every time I see Santa Inc., I can't remember if I tweeted. I meant to tweet it. I
Yeah,
see
you did.
satanic.
Yeah, you
Every
did.
I did tweet it. Thank goodness. I
You're
can't
not the
tell what
only
I do.
one, man. You're
Every
not
time I
the
see
only
the
one.
word, I see it because it's just like that's what it almost looks like, and it's like, man, that's Santa Inc. thing, man. And this fucking asshole,
Seth.
Seth Rogen. That's the guy's name, who's not really a star, man. Like he hadn't done anything this decade, if we're being honest. Like what did he do this
Didn't
decade?
he
That was
screw
relevant?
up the Green Hornet? Didn't he just F that
He
one?
Yeah,
up
that was
completely?
that was about a good 5-10 years
That's
ago.
about 10 years
when he
ago.
fucked that up. Yeah.
I was checking his Wikipedia out yesterday on air actually, and I think it was 2011 for the Green Hornet, if I remember correctly. So yeah, he hadn't done anything really relevant. I did like since 2008, 2009. And he's just been in Hollywood. He did that interview thing, and that had a lot of controversy, but I don't remember people saying it was good. And now he's talking shit. Go ahead.
I just want to warn you two, 24 Vigilante, don't go criticizing too much here. You might be a white supremacist for doing so.
That's the
and I don't want you guys to be a white supremacist daring to criticize this. So I just want to make sure.
These motherfuckers kill me with their arrogance, man. Like, fucking, how can criticizing your shitty show be white supremacy? How can you feel so? First off, make that make sense, Seth. Secondly, you think your shit is so above reproach. I know we saw this with the fucking we saw it with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a bigot, you're sexist, you're this, that, and the third. But like, people don't like shit all the time. It's okay to not like something. You're not owed my interest, Hollywood. You're not owed my attention. You're not owed my time. You're not owed my money. I don't owe you shit. I don't have to like anything you produce. I don't hardly watch Netflix in general. I still haven't even seen Arcane. I need to because I want to talk about it on the show next week. Culture Crime Fire, soft plug. But there's no need. Like, I don't need Santa Inc. I don't have to like it. So how can you say, oh, well, if you don't like this, clearly you're a white supremacist? It looks like a shitty show. It looks completely shitty. Fucking Seth Rogen, before this, he was talking about how it was okay to get robbed in LA. Get used to it. And it's like, he is the most. I really want to punch this dude in his fucking face. I can't even lie. I would love to just punch him in his face as hard as I possibly could. Like, he's just a dick.
And then Sarah Silverman doing the same BS on there. Remember the blackface set she did a few years ago?
Oh, yeah.
We're not supposed to remember that. But it's like, don't bring that up. That's out of context. That's out of context. You're going blackface.
Yeah, Glenn just said Meth Rogaine starring in Santa Stink. And Gap Stargate said Amen Vigilante. You know, it's funny, since we talking about Santa, did you see what kind of what kind of gifts that you can actually buy for Christmas? I put it in the DMs. It's
I saw that, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
It's right on top of the facts of life article. Right on top of it.
I did see the breaking action figure.
Yeah. Let's see how people feel about that, man.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm against it. If it's not breaking to Electric Boogaloo, I don't want anything to do with it.
Unfortunately, I think due to the new term Boogaloo and how it's been used, I don't think they're going to be doing a breaking to action figure set. I'm surprised they're doing a breaking action figure set, but I guess I'm almost not, because there's such a huge push. Like, the action figure world is a huge thing right now, and everybody wants their own version.
Can we show it?
Bring it up. Give me a second. Bringing it up.
Let's see how people.
They don't look that good though. I'm being honest.
No, the figures don't look good, I don't think.
But action figures are getting bigger. There's a lot more people into them. But the people who like action figures, they like the detail. You got to really. This shit looks like
this look like it looks like it could have came out in the 80s.
Right. Yeah. That looks like Kenner 80s.
maybe that's what they're going for.
It could be.
Ooh, but and it's crazy because my boy Ozone in the middle, he just passed away a couple years ago, man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And that movie and the sequel. I think even the sequel got bigger response. That was such a cult hit back in
Yeah,
the
it's funny because I got that movie sitting right next to me too, man. Fucking Breaking and Breaking 2.
Yeah.
The Electric Boogaloo.
But boy, there was a cult following around that, and of course the breakdancing movement that was going around. There. If I tried doing it, I would break something.
Yeah.
That says I want a turbo 24/7. Look at that shit, and he comes with the broom. You remember when he was fucking
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
that
sick.
damn broom, and it's funny because when you looked at his hand real good, you could see the string in that biz. Yeah. With no string attached. There you go. Shit. Just think for Christmas, y'all get a fucking Ozone and a fucking and a turbo. It's funny. I seen a video about 2 or 3 years ago. These people in LA, they went to a breakdancing concert where DJ is spinning. They see all these fucking breakdancers, and Turbo pops up. His real breakdancing name, him, is Boogaloo Shrimp. If you look up Boogaloo Shrimp, that's Turbo.
I didn't know that.
And it was him.
No.
It's him in the last couple years. He's a lot older, and I heard that, and I've heard this about breakdancers, is that from them doing all those fucking moves and all that other shit, like I heard that shit really wears on the joints and the bones and everything else.
Imagine.
So basically, it's like he's trying to do some old pop lock and he's fucking doing all this shit, but it's like you could tell he's like a fraction of what he was.
Yeah.
And it was kind of sad. And you could see him like he has the gray hairs coming in and the whole shit. And it's like, damn, I haven't seen this motherfucker since these movies. And it's crazy because people were trying to get it autographed. And he kind of had his nose up in the air with that shit. And it kind of pissed me off that I was watching somebody's YouTube channel that was like, hey, we're going to go watch this breakdancing contest. And guess who's going to be there? Boogaloo Shrimp. And I was like, oh, fucking Turbo. Yeah. And you come to see him, and then he was kind of acting a little funny, and I was like, I was a little disappointed watching that shit, man. Like, damn, this, I guess from all the fame he's gotten, from the fucking movies all the way to where he's at right now, it might have got to him, bro, to where he's like, he could, motherfucker asking for autograph, and he's like, nah, it's all right, and he kind of turns his back on folks with his nose up in the air, kind of shits. But
in the past.
Right. But for what the movies were, if that shit was like $10 or maybe 15, I think I'd probably rock that because this is the first time. And I forgot his name. I think his name was Alonzo something, the guy that played Ozone. I think he would have been happy to see that he finally. And he was real humble. The guy that passed away, Ozone with the hat. He was actually pretty cool, and he was humble, and he would go meet people, do autographs. He was kind of like he was like the opposite of fucking Turbo. And
scroll up to Ozone. Scroll up to Ozone again there. Let's see the Ozone figure.
And and I think he would have been happy to see that he finally got an action figure because that's something that dancers don't get. Dancers, like, just think, you think you get an action figure of fucking Gregory Hines or the Nicholas brothers?
No.
But to see Turbo, Ozone, and old girl in the middle get their own fucking toy, or action figure, I think that was pretty cool. That's why I was like, yo, this shit is coming out, and if you guys are fucking breaking fans, there you go, man.
Or just fans of collectibles, because I guarantee whatever price it is going to be more than that next year. Because the way the collectibles market is, even say collectibles, if you buy an action figure and it goes out of print, because a lot of these things go out of print quick, the price goes up quick. And I'm actually about to check out what these.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I hate to say this though. Before you go, looking at Ozone and his action figure, I hate to say this, forgive me, but it kind of looks like a repurposed Sergeant Slaughter G.I. Joe doll. action.
Oh, because of the hat.
Oh,
The
because of
hat,
that.
yeah. Look at he looks like an old repurposed Sergeant Slaughter.
They do that too, man.
They do it. They do.
Yeah,
it.
let's say if they had like a bunch of action figures that never sold,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got them sitting around, and now they have an idea of what the fuck to do with them. They'll bring them bitches back out, put a little and jazz them up and make them look like something completely different, man. Yeah, I could see that.
Let's look at two things real quick. First off, if you get them at retail, the 3-pack is $55. You might be saying, damn, $55 for the action figures. Well, here's the thing. It gets worse. If you don't get them at retail and you hit the eBay market, $39.99 just for the special K. $70 on eBay right now.
Yeah, special K, that's
Ozone.
Right. I'll tell you something. These figures that you see are because they have figures for other stuff too that are the same quality and all that for different shows. And those figures are going like $14, $15 in a pack at Target.
Yeah.
And
usually, this should be $20. Nope, 55. Yeah. 55, 40 plus more if you get it on the aftermarket, if you hit the eBay streets. This is pissing me off about a lot of items, especially action figures and toys. Actually, it's funny. I just went to Target today and got a couple of little $10 action figures.
What?
Thank God they're only $10. The fucking what are they? The Marvel Legends.
What?
So yeah, I got a couple of those. Just keeping that up. But like, if you're a guy who likes toys and shit, man, you got to dig because the prices are getting really stupid on these things. Really stupid.
And that's the sad thing about it, is because these toys were for kids. The Star Wars action figures, Marvel figures, all this stuff. But the thing is they now know that fat old guys like me like buying them. So they jack those prices up. And it's like, we're depriving kids. I have a closet right over there that's loaded up with the toys that I grew up with from Star Wars. I mean, from day one, the moment the figures hit on up. I have the Death Star, I got the Falcon, I got the Shuttle Tidarium, all the way into the movies and stuff. I mean, the only thing I wanted was Star Wars toys as a kid, and of course that made it easier to buy for me. And and I'm just looking at that as what I had growing up is hard for kids nowadays, because if you did buy these toys, the fat old fools like me would be saying, "Don't open that up because you're gonna lose collector value on that."
Yeah,
it's like taken out and played with. You should lovingly play with these toys and enjoy it. Make your own adventures, and like that, like you're showing right there. I mean, obviously that's beyond for kids, because what kid today knows about breaking?
Yeah,
right. So basically, if anybody's gonna buy it, it'll be the people that were familiar with the movie. It wouldn't be like a kid right now that don't know shit about breaking. Like, hey, can you give me that? Like, they don't give a fuck about. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about that shit. So it would be us, that would sit there and buy that. Damn,
Glenn, you're right. These prices are breaking the bank, but definitely breaking the bank.
That's funny.
Like I said, it can get worse. This is just if you want it at retail, it looks like it's still available. Get it now. Buy two and sell the other one, and you'll probably get it for free. Buy two, wait a few months, sell the other one, and you got them both for free. That's probably the best way to do it if you're trying to save money.
Yeah, but but the thing is, you'd have to be a real diehard fan of the movie and of breakdancing and of the genre to even put $50 to $60 on this, man.
Somebody's gonna do it. I'm telling you, these people are wild. The whole action figure game, somebody. And granted, this is eBay, but even Toy Wiz has it at 40.
It's crazy because let's say if you look at Ethan Van Sciver with Cyberfrog, if you want to get a Salamandroid or Cyberfrog, shit, he ain't charging that kind of money. He's charging like $25, $30, man. So
I mean,
I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess it all depends on who you have to make your figure. What kind of and it's more articulate than this. I mean, fuck, it's so detailed, man. And just to see these kind of action figures at this price,
that's a lot. And I mean, Pat S is bringing up that Sergeant Slaughter had more points of articulation. I'm like 25. Unfortunately, if you want articulation, that's how much it costs for Marvel Legends. like the actual big, because I got the smaller action figures, but that are more in line with that with less articulation. I haven't opened them because I'm a fucking idiot. I need to buy doubles so I can open them. Which I did with a Transformers thing. But like a lot of, if you want a standard Marvel or DC action figure with like a standard amount of articulation, that's $20-$25 anyway. So that's literally like, that's what I saw. I was in Target today. It was like $22.95. So with taxes about $24-$25.
Right.
So
damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so happy that I was able to go to my favorite comic book store, get my Lando Calrissian like this for $3. $3 freaking dollars. And he's got the blaster and everything. It's like, okay, I got my Lando. I'm happy. I got my Lando.
I'm surprised he wasn't the Lando with the yellow shirt.
No.
No. Y'all caught on that.
But of course, I had to get my Mara Jade as well. Another $3. Because they're in the little plastic bag and all that. So it's like,
damn.
Hey, well, that's what I'll do.
Wow, it's good to see what you guys can get me for Christmas around this month. So that's
give me a list, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
The man who has
$3. That's what I'm talking about.
There's what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you can find, Tony Ford's talked about the pawn shops, and I talked about the pawn shops, the thrift stores, or if you got the cheap bin in the comic shop. Those are the places. If you're still action figure head, those are the places to get it. And honestly, I've been thinking about getting more loose figures because I got so much stuff in packages and packages. But like you still like touching and playing and messing around with toys. It's like I need to either buy doubles or start buying stuff loose, so I'm not holding into it. But yeah, this $55, it seems overpriced, but I guarantee you this going to be this set is going to be worth a lot more in a year because that's the new gimmick. It's the collectible gimmick.
And I knew it had a cult following, but does it have that big a following? I mean, I don't know.
You got to understand, it's like they had Break-In, they had Beat Street. I mean, it was only so many, breakdancing movies out there. So actually, it was one of the few, man. That and the rest of them were like rap movies. Crush Groovin' and shit like that. Yeah,
stuff.
What I miss is the Disorderlies, man, from the Fat Boys.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Fat Boys. Yeah, they were great.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh man, the Fat Boys, come on, man. Yeah, man, I was there, man.
I live in a sheltered life.
Yeah, I hate it when Buffy, the human beatbox, that motherfucker, that when he passed, they had to bury him in something that was like the size of a fucking piano, man, because of how big he was, bro.
Yeah.
He was the human being.
Yeah, he was dope, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker there was raw as fuck.
Fat Boys don't get enough credit for.
Nah, they don't, man.
For hip hop, like they were very, as far as making hip hop a part of popular culture and just normalizing as popular culture. Them in those movies definitely just help.
Oh man,
they don't really get credit. They just you get glossed over. And it's like, man, the Fat Boys were a huge part of hip hop being just a normal thing.
That's why I'm surprised. I have not heard of them. It's the first time I've heard of them in a long time because they were
probably would be
the groundbreakers. I mean, they were there in the beginning. I mean, these guys helped pave that way, and it's like out of my world, they've been forgotten. But I remember those guys. They were fun to watch.
Yeah. The light skinned one. I think it was called Prince Marquis. He was the light skinned one. There was two dark skinned ones, and there was the light skinned dude. He was a Puerto Rican dude. He was actually dating. If I'm not mistaken, he was dating either Salt or Pepper. He was dating one of them, man.
Oh man,
really?
Yeah. And you can look it up, man. He was called Prince Marquis, and he was a Puerto Rican dude. He was the skinniest one out of the Fat Boys.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and he ended up dating. I think it was Salt or Pepper. He was dating one of them, man. And for a couple years, and y'all can look that shit up, man.
Holy shit!
I guess
to be the bearer of bad news. Prince Marky D died this year too.
Holy shit!
February 18th this year in Miami.
Talking about the Puerto Rican dude.
I'm on his Wikipedia now.
Okay. I'm going to have a rule for tonight's show. We quit talking about anybody because we talk about them, we find out they died this year.
I feel bad, man. This is way too much. Just a lot of this is just like because this is the 80s. We're basically focusing on. We talked about Police Academy.
So that means out of the Fat Boys, there's only one left.
Hopefully, man. I hate.
I mean, it's the other dude left. Yeah, man. That's fucked up, man. Wow. And then we lost Bismarcky this year.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fucking Shock G from Digital Underground, DMX. Yeah, this is a bunch of cats. Yeah, man. It's been rough, man, on old school hip hop and real rap and shit like that, man. It's fuck, man. Third Base, yeah. Prime Minister Pete Nice and MC Search, man. I remember, I met Third Base, man. They came to a record shop out here in Missouri City, and I've said before, I grew up in Missouri City, so I see them and Third Base, MC Search had the third base on the back of his head. It was, he was, the white dude with the flat top and he could fuck people up, man. And he was cool enough to tell us about. He was like, "Hey, man, you guys want to know what's rocking right now in New York?" And we were like, "Nah, what's rocking?" So he took us through the record store that we were in, and it was, and he was like, "Look, people are watching. People are listening to like Nice and Smooth and the Skinny Boys." And he started telling us all the acts that were hot at the moment. And shit, man, we didn't even know, man. We were thankful that he's from New York, and he was like, "Yo, you cats don't out here don't know what's." It was one of those things that if you remembered, New York and California were the places that they got their music and their fashion first, and if your music and your fashion, like what you wore, the shoes that were hot, and everything else, if people were receptive to it, and it was a hit out in New York or in California. They did that with entertainment too. Like if you come out with a new show, if your show survives in New York or your show survives in California, then they'll play it for the rest of the world. So a lot of stuff that would come out in New York or in California, we'd get it a few months after. So when a new song would come out in New York, it would get played out, and like 3 or 4 months later, we hear it for the first time. And then so people would come from New York to Texas and be like, "Damn, y'all listening to this shit?" And you're like, "Yeah, we just got it." They're like, we listened to that shit like 4 or 5 months ago, and y'all getting this shit late. And come to find out, there were test markets for everything: clothing, entertainment, music, and everything else. New York, the East Coast would get it, the West Coast would get it, and then everybody else in the middle, like Texas, Louisiana, and everything else, Florida would get it last.
And think, Chicago being such a big city that it is, the second city, that wasn't even included.
Shit. Yeah, man. I mean, we got a lot of shit last out here in the South, man, and it's fucked up, man. So we were like in fashion and music and entertainment and everything else. We were like months behind the rest of the US, man. In us getting our shit. We were like one of the last ones to get anything cool. And that happened for a long time, man. It happened for a very long time, man. So I appreciate MC Search, actually coming to, sit us down and fucking telling us what was hot, man. Dude, I could tell you so many stories. I remember fucking getting high with Redman. Oh, man, let's talk about this time, man. That's for another story. Yeah, man. How to roll a blunt. Redman, him and Method Man. Oh, man. Yeah, man. It's another story, man. But yeah, man. I'd like to give a shout out to somebody just showed up. McKinney Draws. What's up, McKinney? Mockany Draws. We call him McKinney or Mockany. Yeah. What's up, man? What's good, man? Damn. Third Base. Yeah. If Salt and Pepper wanted to take a guy home tonight, it's none of your business. Yeah, Salt and Pepper, man. Pepper was the one that man. Shit. Pepper was hot as fuck, man. Yeah. That's the one that's left. Yeah, he's the only one that's left, the one that's under him for the Fat Boys, man. Yeah, his name was what? Cool Rocksky, or what was his name?
Yeah, Cool Rocksky. You got it right.
Yeah, see, yeah. I can't even read none of that shit. I don't even know what it says, but yeah, he's the last one left, man. The L1L. So
yeah,
damn. Yeah, man. That's the old hip hop head in me coming out.
I was talking, didn't realize I was muted. I'm stupid as shit. Because I was going to agree with you with the what you were talking about, the test market thing. That went up into the 2000s. They were still doing that.
Yeah, it did, man. We were behind. Oh, I didn't know you was muted, but yeah, man. We was behind like a motherfucker, man, and it was a good anywhere from 3 to 6 months behind. So shit that would go out of style in New York was just coming into style out here, man.
Yeah.
So people always looked at us like we were backwards, like like people looked at us like we were behind and ass backwards on shit because of how late we got our fucking fashion and our music, man. It was fucked, man. But that was what it was. It was a test market. People always said, man, if whatever you putting out, if it can make it in New York, if it can make it in California, it can make it anywhere in the world, man.
Yeah,
that's why. That was the old saying, man. And that was anything, man.
Yeah. That's why we're flyover country. It's like, okay, you guys are the guinea pigs. You can go out and you can suffer for us. I don't
there you go.
You can get it
but,
late.
I mean,
but one thing. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to sit back and say we had a little marketing here in the Twin Cities. We did have some marketing groups up in this way, but it was nothing like the coast. So because there was enough people that had their fingers in the Hollywood in and around her, and there was an attempt for the longest time to try to get film going here, especially in the time when the people wanted to leave L.A. Because the oppressiveness of the taxes and such, and everybody's going up to Vancouver. They're trying to, try to get some people to come out there. That's where we got Grumpy Old Men and Jingle All the Way and all these other films that were filmed in and around the Twin Cities area. Like in Jingle All the Way, KQRS, the radio station, that is an actual real station here in the Twin Cities. One of the big, most popular stations that we have at this time, classic rock. And so we had a little bit of that, but obviously not to the same level as the coast. And Niemer Fieger Associates, I think, was the one that was out here. And I knew someone who was involved with them, and I was able to get a lot of backstage passes to stuff and meet some of the people because they had the little premieres around here and all that. So I was lucky enough to be involved with that. So, but again, nothing like the coast. Nothing like the coast.
Yeah. Pat S says, with a 21-year-old 24/7 like my 80s K-Swiss tennis shoes and Guess jeans jacket. Yeah, man.
Maybe. If they're in good condition, they probably sell for more than what you pay for it. You know what I mean? Because that shit goes back in cycles. So yeah, they probably would love that shit. Actually,
I want to swatch.
Yeah, man.
I want to swatch.
Yeah, man. Shit. I mean, you call me 21 now. That's what's up. I appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would like the 80s K Swiss. And actually, the 80s K Swiss was fucking awesome. They're fucking dope as shit. Now, I guess jeans jacket. Yeah, it's cool, man. But I wasn't into Guess like that, man. That was kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, if you rocking anything, retro shit, I'm down for it, man. So that says I'm on the coast, the best coast, the Gulf Coast, baby. Yeah, there you go.
Gulf Coast.
And Gap Stargate says also met TLC when I worked at a record company. Oh, you did, Gap. Yeah, see, shit. We'd like to hear about that sometime, brother. Yeah.
The only celebrity I met Royce the 5'9" once at a concert.
Oh, Royce the 5'9", cool. Yeah, that motherfucker there's man. He went harder than fucking Jay-Z on Renegade, man.
Yeah, I liked his version better.
Yeah, his
that was
version,
the original version. And then M sold it to Jay. You know what? I think that was part of how, because M and Royce had issues.
Yeah, that was a part of the beef, man. There you go.
Even though M, I also get making money because he made a lot of money. Jay-Z asked to buy the song. It's like, well, yeah, he's gonna give you $1 million for a song. I'm gonna take it.
Gap Stargate, man. Fucking, hit me up on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, man. Hit us up, man. We'll definitely we'd like to hear it, man. Bring you on sometime, man. And the Goody Mob was also in Smooth Silk. Yo, Goody Mob was fucking awesome when they first started.
A point, like, what ended up happening is a lot of those flyover areas like the Atlanta or Michigan or Houston, they came with their own shit because we couldn't get the shit in time. Like, as far as style, I know the Carl Kanai shit and a lot of shit, like, that was New York shit, but we had our own jackets and shit. Because a lot of shit wouldn't come out 6-7 months later, so there was different designers and shit out of Detroit who came up with their own stuff because we wasn't gonna get some of the cooler stuff until later. So that's what, or artists like a Goody Mob or Outkast come out because there's no, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the kind of the response to everything going to New York and LA first, and then coming everywhere later. And then eventually people came up with their own stuff. So
Yeah, and Pat S says we need to have Gap as a guest sometime. Boss at 24/7 Fusion Media. Yeah, man. I mean, shit, we can sit here and talk music. Man, yeah, that'd be fucking awesome, man. Because all of us have some kind of musical background, even Baron, man. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we'd love to fucking have that. That'd be great for a conversation, man. So yeah, if you could hit us up, or me, Vigilante, or Baron, man, and get with us, we could definitely set that up, man. And we'd love to come talk to you. He also said, I was also at a record company. I was also at the record company when the divorce was going on with Peebles. Oh hell, the stories from that. Oh,
Pebble.
Yeah.
Oh man, what record company? Well, I don't want you to dox yourself. You don't even tell me what record company you work for. But like, did you see any super crazy shit working
Pebbles?
for?
He meant Pebbles from with TLC and how they got handled.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because she was over at TLC, if I'm not mistaken.
She was the manager, I believe.
Right,
or whatever it was.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. We have to set that up, man. So whenever you got time, shit, man. We go live, at 5 on Sundays. He said, cool. Yeah, man. And thank you, man, for letting us know. And RIP to my man from the Fat Boys, man.
Yeah,
that was kind of
RIP to all the people we lost this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Shit, now there's only one Fat Boy left. Hopefully he's taking care of himself, man.
Man.
Maybe he's skinny lad now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, it's fucked up. Boy, I have some super crazy shit. There you go, man.
That's all some super crazy shit. Oh,
yeah,
shit. That's what I kind of figured. That's what I heard. Industry. Go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, I also, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a thing where I put it over the break-in article about how Henry Cavill was in talks with being the next James Bond, man.
I'm for it.
Hold on. That's,
he's in talks, yeah, man. I thought that'd be pretty interesting to see. I didn't even read the article, but when I saw it, I was like, "Yo, that's good news."
Yeah, not much in the article when I looked at it, but it was just I'm for it.
Right.
So interesting thing that last No Time to Me Too actually made a decent amount of money worldwide, didn't it? The last James Bond they just did. I don't think it made his money back because it's impossible to make. They owe
No
so
Time
much
to Me Too.
on that film. They owe almost $1 billion in that film because of the interest and the reshoots.
Right.
They basically reshot and marketed that film twice, and they were in super debt. So there was no way they can make the money back. But they still made quite a bit of money, more money than I thought they were going to with this one. But they got to get. Daniel Craig was never a good James Bond. He did one good movie, and that was it. I didn't like.
What do you think it was?
It was a Casino Royale, the first one. I liked the first one.
Oh yeah.
Skyfall was watchable. The rest of it I could do without.
I like Skyfall. It was different though. It was not your typical James Bond fare. It's like, it's like, well, this is a good film, but this isn't James Bond.
Skyfall. Like Skyfall was acceptable. It was okay, but I think because again, like you just said, it wasn't James Bond. It was like, I don't know.
Just kind of humor me here. Do you remember, if anybody watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, do you remember the part when Superman was kind of going into, it had to be the Fortress of Solitude at that point. And when he was walking, they had all the different Superman suits on both sides. Y'all, you guys ever recall that part?
I don't remember paying enough attention to notice it.
Well, it was like
I haven't seen the Zack Snyder cut yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was walking, and it was like different versions of his Superman suit, and then he even walked past the one that he normally would wear, and that's when he pulled up. That's when he could go reach for the black suit, and the next thing you know, you saw him in the black suit in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, just imagine if you were looking at James Bond, and what you didn't know about James Bond was that the name in the 007 was actually just a name, and you can see, let's say Henry Cavill, let's say he gets cast as a new James Bond. You got him walking down the hallway, and what you see is Sean Connery's James Bond, Roger Moore's James Bond on both sides. And you come to find out that being 007 and being James Bond was something of a title that was given to the person that was chosen, instead of it being always the same guy, but you see him in different variations.
Yeah.
And just imagine if those different variations also existed through the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and you see Pierce Brosnan's James Bond, and you see like them in their fucking black suits as he's walking, and he's probably could be talking to the chick that's always with him, or what's that other fucking the scientist guy, and they're trying to
Q and Moneypenny.
Yeah, they're trying to like give him knowledge about what James Bond is and where it comes from and what it represents, and then you get to see, like I say, Sean Connery and Roger Moore and all of them like basically like in a hologram kind of form. Like, what would you think about James Bond then? If you come to look at him and you come to find out that all those James Bonds existed throughout time, and that he was the newest one, but nobody never looked at James Bond in that kind of way.
So that's a fan theory. There's
I didn't know that. I never heard of that.
Shout out to Gap Stargate. He's leaving. Appreciate you.
Oh man,
appreciate the story, man.
Yo, man, take it easy, man. And like I say, shit, hit me up on Twitter, man. DM me, man. And if you send me come to follow me or whatever, I'll follow you back, and that way we can set it up, man.
Yeah. But there's a fan theory that, okay, every James Bond existed, but they would like that was like you just said, a title. Because why else would you give out your name if you're a spy? Like, I'm Bond, James Bond.
Right.
You wouldn't do that unless that's not your real name and that's just like a fake little title that you hold the title of being James Bond 007. So that's been a fan theory that hasn't been, at least to my knowledge, somebody in the chat or whoever can correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't been confirmed nor denied.
No.
That there's a series of James Bonds. You know what? No, I think Skyfall may have done something to kind of put that to. I think they made it like it was his family. I'm sorry.
Well, they wanted to have the old gentleman that was at the old mansion, Skyfall itself. They wanted that to be Sean Connery to play the part, but Sean Connery turned it down.
God, I wish he would have did it. I get why he might have turned it down, but I really wish he would have did it.
Oh yeah, it would have been definitely interesting.
Oh, sorry, I done went to something else.
Oh shit, I didn't even know, man. I just saw it.
There we go.
There we go. What was going on with that? Sorry.
I don't think Craig was a good Bond. He
was born as shit.
Yeah.
You know what? To be fair to him, even though he can be a complete dick, the movies they gave him weren't like James Bond movies. He was doing Jason Bourne. Let's just be honest. They were fake Jason Bourne movies.
Mm-hmm. They need to get back to what James Bond is. James Bond was an asshole, misogynist, killer. I mean, he was, he would go out to do the job and do whatever he needed to do. I mean, if you read the books themselves, James Bond isn't a nice guy. He really, really isn't. Mm-hmm. And Timothy Dalton, I think, was getting pretty close to what James Bond was in the screen. I mean, people love Sean Connery. Sean Connery did a great job. George Lazenby, we can forget him. And of course, Roger Moore did more of that, the Saint as James Bond. But when they had Timothy Dalton with his first two films, he was closer to Ian Fleming's James Bond than any of them.
Right.
And which I wish he would have had more films. He's actually, I think he was really underappreciated in the part. Right. I really do. But it was at that mixed point where, James Bond can only sleep with one woman. She can't be the womanizer and this and that. They were starting to get into that BS at that time. But I still think he had that James Bond assholishness down to a pat, and that Ian Fleming wanted to convey.
Didn't they roll? Because I'm like, he only slept with one woman. I mean, because in the Brosnan films, he was fucking everybody.
Oh yeah, he was shit.
They must have rolled that back. You know, a lot of people gave Pierce Brosnan shit because it was like his James Bond was like Fantasyland. Like some of the tech and everything was just so far out. But like they were very fun fucking movies. They were very like they were happy to be entertaining movies.
Right. Well, they would. The Bond franchise. They were trying to get him to be James Bond ever since Remington Steele.
Right.
And he was so tied up into so much shit that they got him a little bit older when he was actually
he was busy as shit in the 80s.
Huh?
He had a lot of stuff. I mean, Pierce Brosnan, he had so much stuff going on in the 80s.
Right.
So they didn't get him until the 90s, but he was big, he had a lot of stuff. Like I said, Remington Steele, and he did other movies and stuff like that.
Well, that was the thing. He was, that's the thing. They were going to have him for Roger Moore's replacement, but the producers and such with Remington Steele were not going to let him go. That was the thing. Remington Steele basically screwed him out of doing James Bond back then.
Family Ties almost screwed Michael J. Fox out of being Marty McFly.
Mm-hmm.
Similar thing happened, and at the last minute, they have some shot, and I can't even think of the actor, Eric something.
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz. Yep, they have. Yep. I think even there's still some original shots of Eric Stoltz in the movie. I think.
There is.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people have done side by side comparisons between what he did the scene and when Michael J. Fox did the scene out there. But it was a similar
thing. Those producers, they directed. That's why, we talking about Henry Cavill. That's why he had to have a mustache in the original Justice League, because the producers of what was it, Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yeah.
These producers are powerful as fuck, man. Like, now that we talking about it, they can fuck up a whole different franchise just because of the actor.
Right.
And real quick, I know I'm rambling, but Enola Holmes 2?
Yeah.
They made a second one of these movies?
Yeah. They just finished up filming, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
Yeah. Say real quick, there's no bullshit. We would have seen we would have seen James Bond die. Yeah, I agree with you on there. He says that's why I like the new Reacher series on Amazon. Looks true to the books. It's funny. I've never read the books, but I do have a Jack Reacher collection, which is like it's dude, fuck, all the movies sitting right there. It's like, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, The Sum of All Fears. Isn't that a Jack Reacher movie?
That's Jack Ryan.
That's
Jack Ryan. Oh, yeah. My bad.
Tom Clancy.
I have a Jack Ryan collection.
Yeah, it's Tom Clancy.
Yeah, I'm fucking. Yeah, I fucked up on that one. Yeah. But I do have like Jack Reacher with
Tom Cruise.
With Tom Cruise. Yeah, I do have that. It's back behind me somewhere. I mean, how many movies are there on Jack Reacher? Just the Tom Cruise, or is there like a series of movies that maybe I might have missed out on, or what's that?
It's so hard to keep track of these days because they gin mill them out.
Right. Huh.
But when it comes around to Cavill with Bond, I mean, I haven't seen the show, but of course he's in the Witcher series.
Yeah,
and
Witcher.
My wife's cousin, Dougie, he sits back and says, "My God, they're doing it." He says, "This is no BS show." When it comes around to a program that's taken from a video game, bringing it into a movie or a television show in this case, and he just has nothing but high praise. And Cavill is one of us too.
Definitely.
Right.
He is one of us. He's in the Warhammer 40K. He's in.
Right.
He knows this stuff.
He tried to give a heads up on the new season of The Witcher.
Mm-hmm. And I think with his respect in it, and that's the thing. Not only is he one of us, but he respects. Because you can have someone like Seth Rogen or Kevin Smith, and he's going around and, hey, we're one of you, and frill everything up. Just screw it all completely. Cavill has a good track record. And I think him as Bond, I'm all for it. I'll be right there first in line to see the next James Bond film if he's in it.
So real quick, I'm reading this. Apparently, he could have gotten Daniel Craig's spot when he was in his early 20s, back in 2005. According to this article, back in 2005, the search for the next James Bond was down to two fairly low-profile actors, Daniel Craig and Henry Cavill. The latter was only 22 and relatively untested as any kind of action hero. And obviously, they went with Craig, and now he's 38 and he's back in it. So my thought, like when people talk about Henry Cavill as James Bond, there's been a lot of fan talk about it. I always thought, I don't know, because like he's a very big dude, and not that James Bond shouldn't be, but like he's laughably big. Like Henry Cavill is like 6'2", 6'3", like 220, 230. He's a huge motherfucker, and he almost, even though he just looks almost to me too big to be James Bond. Maybe that's just me being crazy. It's like The Rock is James Bond. It just looks kind of almost laughable. He's huge,
right?
And I that's been my thing. But I mean, I think as far as acting, he definitely played James Bond, and he'd definitely be an upgrade over Craig.
Right.
Well, Sean Connery, who was a Mr. Universe, was 6'2".
Was he? He was Mr. Universe because he wasn't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he was Mr. Universe. He was. Let me take a look here. I'm just taking a look on there. I just want to make sure, but I know he was like something like in the Mr. Universe or something like that, and that's what got people's eye originally for him to go in there. Of course, he did Darby O'Gill and the Little People and stuff like that. But he began bodybuilding back at the age of 18, and he was in 1950 at Mr. Universe.
Oh wow! I never knew that.
Right, and that's what got people's attention, and of course started his career and became James Bond. Well, it was through the succession on there,
right?
And he was always balding, and he hated the hair pieces. He hated the hair pieces. Everyone said he was always vain about going bald. At least that's what I was being told. That wasn't the case. He hated it. He would be more than happy to doff that thing off. I mean, look at some of the roles where he's more than happy to go. A little baldish compared to the other characters that he plays.
Right.
Yeah. But Zach gets it. Like, yeah, his arms are just almost comically huge. I mean, I'm sure, being Mr. Universe in the 50s, let's just say they didn't have the medical technology in the 50s that they do now, or medical substances. I'm not saying, I'm not accusing Henry Cavill of anything.
Right.
I'm just saying that if he was on something, it's a lot easier to get that sort of stuff nowadays than it would have been back then. He's comically big. And so he's like, with James Bond, he's sort of like Batman in the fact that you kind of want to see him in trouble. Like you want to see him where he might lose. You see him against somebody like Jaws, right? Jaws is like this 7-foot guy. Well, if Henry Cavill fights Jaws, it's like he's almost the same fucking size. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not as tall, but he's just as like thick as far as his muscle mass. And I didn't mean that in the no homo pause or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that's been my only criticism of him. He has this comically big look. It's just like I've had the same criticism of The Rock, who I'm a big fan of, but sometimes they'll have him in roles and it's like he's too fucking big to just be some regular guy.
Well, Bond isn't a regular guy though. He's he's a super spy. I mean, he's part of that MI6 00. There's only 9 of them. These are the top of the creme of the spies that they have in there. So I can see that in when you're wearing a suit and stuff like that, and not showing off the guns and stuff like that. He could pass it. He really could. I think. I mean,
yeah. Actually, if you look at him, the way he was dressed, like in the Man from U.N.C.L.E., you can see him in a James Bond role.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you saw him in Mission Impossible, yeah, you can see him. You can see him as James Bond. Yeah, man. Henry Cavill is fucking awesome, man. He's real humble guy, cool than a motherfucker, man. It would be great. I think it'd be good for it'd be a good turnaround for the Bond franchise if they bring him on and don't cuck him. Let him be what the fuck they let him do what he's supposed to do. Instead of him trying to make him look like a bitch, I hope it happens, man.
And we want to talk about that bright spot that's out there in the entertainment industry. This is one of them.
Right.
This is what we've been asking for.
That's
definitely
true,
man. And I'm looking. Apparently, this is The shout out to the blokes. This is something they're putting money on as far as betting. They're like bookies
Oh yeah.
are taking bets,
Damn.
and they're talking about the 2015 because that's when they started talking about that replacing Daniel Craig. They had Idris Elba, Tom Hiddleston, and Tom Hardy were the favorites. I remember when a lot of people. I thought Tom Hardy could do it too.
Me too.
A lot of
I
people
think
give me
so.
pushback when I say it for the opposite reason. He's a short guy. And Cavill was an outside bet, but that's changed this year. I don't think Idris Elba wants to do it. I don't think there's a lot of actors, even Michael B. Jordan, they don't want to be the first black X.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be known for being Black Superman or Black James Bond. If there was a buffer guy, they probably would do it, but they don't want to be the first. You don't want to be a token. You want to be based upon your merit. Even though I don't think Idris Elba would be a token. Unfortunately, the media would make him into one, even if he wasn't.
Right.
Okay, Vigilante, get ready. You get ready to do the call here. But I don't want to see a black James Bond.
Bigot.
I don't want to see a woman. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to
Bigotry.
see. You know what? Bigotry, 100%. But you know what I'd love to see? I would love to see a spy in that world. 008 or one of the other 008s. And even have that crossover. I want to see something original. If you're going to have a black person taking a role that's like James Bond, being James Bond, have them like I said, these spies are the creme of the creme. Why can't we see another spy? This happened before we had a spinoff series, and some spinoff series were far more popular than one they came off of.
Yeah.
Why can't just as popular or even more popular? Why can't we have a film coming up here where 007 is matched up with 005 and
Right.
005 is Idris Elba, and that leads him into his film series. It kicks off, and you can have 1 year 007, the next year 005, the next year 007, because normally it was like every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Film.
Right.
Normally,
Right.
when it was. And what a way to keep a franchise alive where you can just hop, skip, and maybe even have a little cameo or between the two now and then. Just like you have if you have the DCU, if you have the MCU, why can't we have the James Bond U? We can expand it, make it better.
Didn't they want to do that with Halle Berry? Didn't they want to do a spinoff movie? With
I think they did. Yeah, I think they did want it to. They were talking about it, and it didn't go nowhere, man.
But I'm like, they almost tried this then, because you remember Halle Berry in the early 2000s was like white hot as far as celebrity, and she was hot in general. Not white hot, as biggity, but no, she was very hot, and she was like a huge celebrity, and they wanted. Remember them talking about doing a Jinx spinoff, and it never materialized. I do think a spinoff series would be more interesting. That
Catwoman really hurt her career, though. Didn't Catwoman really hurt that career?
Yes and no. I mean, it did, because it was such a bad movie.
Right.
But she's still hot.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh.
Yeah, they also had conversations of having this black chick from Daniel Craig's James Bond movie have her own spinoff shit, and I was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
What was that, Marshawn Lynch?
Lashana Lynch,
whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, man. I was like, man, please don't do that shit, man. Because
is she the new Moneypenny?
No, they already had a new Moneypenny. She's this new character that they had take over the mantle of 007.
007, yep.
And honestly, I heard that the reshoots were basically cutting her out of the movie. Because remember, this movie was supposed to come out 2019,
right?
If I'm correct. And it got delayed for a couple years, and we had the COVID thing, and they did reshoots, and apparently that her role was greatly diminished. And I'm not sure if that was test screening. I'm not sure if they just saw like, oh man, we're going to get
the way Twitter and everything fucking erupted on her ass, like,
I think they were headed for a Gillette situation. I heard the movie still had some wokeness, but it apparently had been way toned down from what we were going to get.
If you want a successful Bond film, you keep it to what James Bond is. People want to see a James Bond film, not Wokefest 2022. I remember going to the theaters when I was a kid. Seeing For Your Eyes Only and Octopussy and all those in the theater. It's like, And I'm not a huge James Bond fan, but I love watching a good James Bond film.
Yeah.
When Poodle has their channel on there, I get caught up, and before I know it, I'm sucked into watching a movie marathon of James Bond films. Like, how the hell did I go down this rabbit hole? I gotta go to bed. But it's the thing is they're fun, they're exciting.
Right.
It's not woke. There is that formula you need to follow behind it. I mean, obviously, it's not fully true to Ian. Fleming.
Right.
But it still has its own. It still has that universe. Don't frill around with what works, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, I mean, Octo Coochie was my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was some good stuff, man. It's funny. Today I was reading that people, the fucking douchebags of today, are looking at Diamonds Are Forever as the most toxic James Bond movie to ever come out.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Sean Connery, they looking at him like he's the most toxic Bond out of all of them. They say Diamonds Are Forever is that fucking movie that's the pinnacle of his toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yeah, there you go. That's the fucking movie that they're looking at as being the fucking movie to fucking draw the line right there, man.
You know what that means, kids? Buy your James Bond on physical media right now, because you ain't gonna get it in the future.
Right. I mean, I don't care what Trigglypuff and the blue-haired Landwills have to say. I mean, back then, to them, it is toxic to them.
Right.
But honestly, this is James freaking Bond. It's not there. This is what it is. And you can, if that's the case, you can use it as an example why men are jerks. Don't get rid of the films and all that. It's like, see, look at how bad men are. You can do it that way.
Real. A lot of women like that. Women like that type of shit. I'm not trying to be that guy.
No,
but I'm just being. If we're being honest, women like James Bond too.
Oh yeah,
like women like James Bond too. That's one of the hidden draws. That's why they're able to make hundreds and millions of dollars off of these movies, because women want to see this shit too.
Right
now, just because these fat sweat hogs, shout out to what was that, Ravishing Rick Rude, these fat sweat hog Trigglypuff women who will never have a Henry Cavill or Sean Connery, a young Sean Connery, look at them like that. They're just bitter and jealous and angry and obese, which I am too, so I'm not talking shit. But like, they're just upset at the world. Oh no, we don't want to see this, that, and the third. It's like, no, it's not. No, it ain't toxic. It's not. I'm going back. It ain't toxic. It's normal.
It is toxic for me. It is toxic for me because my wife loves James Bond. So we'll be sitting there watching the film. Then she'll look over me and go, then go back to watching the film because I'm a big disappointment. So it's toxic. Man. But I mean, you're absolutely right though. My wife loves James Bond. My ex liked James Bond. I know a lot of women that love James Bond or like James Bond or entertained by it at most. They're not offended by James Bond.
James Bond wouldn't be as big of a franchise for 40, 50 years if women didn't like it. Like, because you couldn't, as much as men love it, it couldn't be this type of franchise for 50 years if it didn't have women support. No, it just couldn't.
Right. No, not at all.
You're talking about one of the biggest movie franchises of all time. You know what I mean? And it's been around for years and years and years. And I don't care. Like, I don't care what the feminist has to say. I know they ruin everything. They ruin all the entertainment. But it's just like, get out of here. Find your cinch and dildo and get out of here, man. Just get out.
There you go.
Shots to dildo.
Is he out there, poor guy?
He's dealing with a Trigglypuff right now, unfortunately.
Oh shit. Well, damn, that was that's some good shit, man. You're funny as fuck. Yeah.
But
I know
wrap up pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna go ahead and we've hit our 2 hour and 4 minute mark. So we're gonna go ahead and wind it down. And before we go, let me look through real quick and see. All right, here we go. I'd like to Give a shout out to Lord Thoth. Thank you for being here. Pat S, my man. Thank you for looking out for us. Appreciate you being here. Zax, my boy Zax, man. Thank you for being here, along with Glenzer and Gap Stargate. Looking forward to hopefully, he'll hit us up and we can set something up for the future. I'd like to give a shout out to that Islington girl. Thank you for being here. She's always looking out for us in the chats, trying to have our back, and she's watching our six. I appreciate. We definitely appreciate her. McKinney Draws, thank you for my brother for being here. Let me see if there's anybody else that I'm missing. You guys let us know.
Gap, what's my man? You talk Gap Stargate.
Gap Stargate. Yeah.
Gap Stargate. Zax, Pat S, Glenzer.
Zax. There you go. Appreciate that.
You got my Mocking Draws. I think that might be it. If you were lurking, please, let yourself be known.
Yeah. If you were lurking, thank you for being here. And
Linux Laptop was here for a little bit too.
Oh yeah, Low Spec Linux Laptop, my man. Thank you. Like to give a shout out to Brightest Day and Cosmic Fusion.
Oh, Bruce
along with Fireball Productions and 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Like to give a shout out to Rough Girl and Mexican Iron Man, along with there's so many of y'all, man, that I'm just so thankful that you guys
Brandon,
come.
the anime guy.
Yep, Brandon, the anime guy. Thank you. Yeah. Yep, Go 13. Yeah, definitely don't want to forget him. Thank you. Look, I wanted to tell everybody thank you guys for supporting us, looking out for us, and being here. Please subscribe to Baron Orman Tag if you haven't. Please subscribe to Vigilante Williamson. They're both awesome. Like to give a shout out to Fat Steven Seagal, and hopefully he's doing well. I know he's busy right now, so just like to give a shout out to him. And let me see, Low Spec. Look, Low Spec was lurking. Yep. Hey man, appreciate you being here, man. You finally popped up, man. Lord Thoth.
I thought I was in the corner.
There you go. Yeah, they're fucking awesome, man. Appreciate you, Low Spec, man. You're fucking awesome, brother. And man, if you guys want to start off with you, Baron, hey, let us know what you got going on for this week. Dropping videos, doing any kind of guest appearances,
I have gotten off my dead rump and actually got some videos coming out this week, starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. There'll be one dropping, and Thursday there'll be another one. From the bookshelf, and I have Why We Fight on Thursday, I believe.
There you go.
Video coming out there. I had the last week I did a test stream that was actually Zax was there. Thank you, Zax, and I don't know how many other people that was there. I can't believe how many people showed up because it was a last minute thing. I just dropped that day. Okay, I just want to try out StreamYard, see how it works, get my feet wet. So many wonderful people came in on that. And this Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a rather serious one we were talking about before with, of course, Gary Coleman and all the others. Right. And it is going to be a serious one because of the season. Of course, like I said, you two gentlemen are more than welcome to come on if you wish to. We can talk about that subject and bring a little bit of awareness because this is a season. We got to be watching out for each other. And I actually worked. I actually was thinking about this for over a month, and it's like I don't want to go in there. I don't want to be trite. I don't want to be like I'm trying to be this. I'm one of those fake people or taking advantage of a situation. Something 100% serious and how to bring it forward. And I think I came to the conclusion that you go out there, you're genuine, you're talking about it. It's not about me. It's about people out there. And if I only have 3 people show up, and watch it, and they go out and they do something, and they affect 3 people, and they affect 3 people, and 3 people. I don't care if I'm even thought of in the whole mix, as long as somebody out there gets touched on that. Right. So that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to probably be a long one, but I invite everybody here, come on in. And have a really serious talk about this. And I'm, personal stories myself I'm going to bring on there. So, and if you gentlemen want to join, like I said, more than welcome. And if you have any personal stories, please, let it be because I know you guys will be coming from the heart. That's the only reason why I'd invite you to here because you guys are no bullshit, and that's what I want. No BS. And so that's the thing. But I'm looking at actually doing a stream. Either every Tuesday or Wednesday at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time because I work till 8. So it's like they'll be Baron After Dark. I do have some people in line for guests, and of course, like I said, I will be inviting you two if you wish to be a guest on my show.
Of course, man. Thank you, man.
I want to try to do it a little bit more informal, is like the old talk show. Just sit down and let's just rap and talk about things. And I think that's one thing that even though we talk a lot about ourselves in these streams, sometimes we just don't get a chance to sit down and just really talk about some of the important things. So, you know, what was those things, and expound a little bit more on it, because we have topics we want to hit. This is more, let's just sit down, let's talk. Let's have, just like you have Johnny Carson today, or Tom Schneider in the day, or any of your classic talk show people. And so I do have been talking to someone who's big in anime. I have someone who is been talking to someone who's big into tacos and is a patron saint of our YouTube community. I've been talking to someone who's a bounty hunter, and they have all been very positive and receptive to my requests in there. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, my extension, we're here on so I put the pressure on you guys, a vigilante and a rapper.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's what I have all planned. As for guest appearances, so far you're the only fools that take me on.
Oh, cool, man.
Man.
Who wants a bigot like me?
Oh, there you go, man. And what about you, Vigilante? What you got popping?
So, unfortunately, I would love to go on your show, but work has really clamped down on me, and so a lot of work. So I won't be able to stream as much this week, but I have like a backlog, a huge backlog of videos that I need to post. I'll be posting stuff hopefully every day this week. Hopefully, if I'm not lazy as shit and burnt out. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff to post. If I have time to, like, maybe, because something I've been doing because of my work schedule, I sometimes will take a lunch to be able to join the stream. So I may be able to do that for a stream, because the mental health thing has been a struggle for me throughout my life, and it's something that really I don't think. I think we are starting to talk about it a lot more now because of what happened the past 2 years. And so now it's affected so many people. We almost have no choice. But in general, we haven't really discussed the mental health issues that a lot of people face, and a lot of people feel alone with it. So I would love to be a part of something like that. So if I can do it, I will try. But no guarantees, unfortunately, because of work. And
we could do another one sometime too. I mean, we just don't have to do it once. It shouldn't be just a special. Something important. So yeah, we're together on the DM me. Right. We can talk.
Yeah, we'll do.
How about you, 24?
Well, I'm actually before I start Vigilante, anything with crime fighters or anything?
Oh yeah, definitely. Always Wednesday. This week is on Matt's channel. Last week was on my channel. You want to see last week's episode? Go to my channel and check it out. And actually, it was pretty controversial. Actually, Matt is not a fan of Arcane, and he thinks it's intersectional. I still have not seen Arcane, but he got a lot of heat. So much heat. There's people to this moment contacting me on Twitter because I guess their comments got deleted on YouTube. They were mad at me. I'm like, I don't delete comments. YouTube does. So now they're just. They just got to talk to me about why Arcane is an intersection. I'm like, okay, man, I'm open, but I still haven't even seen it. So yeah, they got a lot of heat. So if you want to, if you like Arcane, you want to be mad at Matt, please check it out. That's what happened. Shit. Everybody was pissed at Matt. Got a lot of heat, but it was an interesting and very fun episode. We talk about other stuff too, but that was kind of the main event of the episode. It was like I said, eventful to say the least. So check out that episode. We got one coming up on Wednesday on Matt's channel, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. Culture Fighters every Wednesday, either on my channel or Matt, which is Fireball Productions. If
you go, Hell to Fireball Productions.
You get yourself in enough trouble as it is. You don't need to take out someone else's heat. That way.
Yeah, man. Usually I'm the one saying crazy shit. It's pissing people off, but no, this week it was Matt.
That's what's up, and appreciate that, man. And with me, I'll be dropping videos this week. And you guys will see me on Friday doing the pre-show show. And then I'll be right back here again with these great guys doing the Primetime Kings Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m. Central. So other than that, that's all I got going on. And just wanted to thank everyone here that, everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. Just want to tell every last one of y'all, man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for just supporting us and listening to us and getting down with us and having a laugh and talking about either funny shit or serious shit and everything else in between. Just wanted to tell everyone thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys have been awesome since day one, and you guys always be awesome in our eyes. So with that, just wanted to let you guys know we love y'all and we appreciate y'all. This is Vigilante Williamson, Baron Norman Tag. It's your boy 24/7 with 24/7 Fusion Media. We're the Primetime Kings. You guys take it easy. We love y'all, and you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and we're out. Peace.